you both have dealt with serious, in one case fatal, illness in the family. What role were bill collectors playing during this process when you were worried about your kids and you were worried about your husband, Dr. Chino? Ms. Wood?
I think it's just the ever constant threat of someone calling to inquire for something that we were not able to pay.
Did that happen often?
I would say multiple times a day,
Multiple times a day?
Yeah, I would say oftentimes we were in the NICU visiting our children, and we would get calls from debt collectors asking for payment before the boys were ever discharged from the hospital. It caused a tremendous amount of stress on our family, to the point that we debated not answering our phone many times if we were not with the boys, because we were worried if it was the hospital or a debt collector calling. But we had to answer because, of course, it was the hospital.
So your kid's in the hospital, and you're getting multiple calls a day?
Correct.
From bill collectors?
We had 2 children, so double the calls. Yeah.
Dr. Chino, do you want to elaborate on that, or?
I just want to say how common this is and how heartbreaking it is, that I know from my personal experience, but also that our patients are experiencing on a day-to-day basis, how excruciating these calls are, how harassing and threatening the messages are. I have patients
Elaborate on that a little bit. Threatening, what does that mean? You're dealing with somebody who is very, very ill, right? That's your main concern. What does that mean, threatening?
So, saying this is going to affect your credit, your ability to do anything in the future. We're going to take your home. We're going to take your car. Where your future is over. Basically, I have found that debt collectors will play every dirty trick that they can to try to get you to give them some money. And it's just one extra layer of stress that when you're dealing with, for me, my husband was in the ICU for a month. It's intolerable.
To say the least. I mean, so what we're talking about is a wife worried about a husband in the ICU, or a mother worried about her kids struggling for their lives, having to field off calls from debt collectors. I mean, if that's not obscene, I don't know what is obscene.